So what is a function of two variables? To understand it, let us take an illustrative example. What is the area of a rectangle? Suppose length of the rectangle be L and its breadth be B. So the area of the rectangle will be A is equals to L multiplied by B. Now suppose we take L equals to say 1 units and breadth of the rectangle say 2 units, then area of the rectangle will be 1 multiplied by 2 unit squared, right? Suppose we take length of the rectangle as 2 units and breadth as say 3 units. The area of rectangle will be 3 multiplied by 2, it is 6 unit squared. So there are two things to consider here. Firstly, length and breadth, they take values independently. What we are taking value for L is independent of what value we are taking for the breadth, and vice versa. And secondly, the area depending upon length and breadth. So we can say variable quantity area depends upon the variable quantities length and breadth. And whenever a quantity depends upon some other variable quantity or quantities, the concept of function comes into picture. So this statement we can easily replace by A is a function of L and B. Function. And in mathematics, we denote this function by a symbol f, and we write this statement as the notation on the right hand side of the expression. We read it as f of L and B. So we read it as A is a function of L and V variables, or simply f is a function of two variables L and B. So in general, whenever a variable quantity say Z depends upon two variable quantities say X and Y, we say Z is a function of X and Y variables, and we denote it by Z equals to f of X comma Y. Here the notation f is for function. X and Y variables, they take independent values, so they are called independent variables. And value of Z variable depends upon X and Y variables, so we call it dependent variable. Generally, we write function of two variables simply as f of X comma Y. But when we have to show that value of function at X comma Y is Z, okay, we denote it by Z equals to f of X comma Y. It gives us a rule to find values of function. For example, say if Z equals to X square plus Y. So it means this is a rule which relates dependent variable Z with independent variables X and Y. Giving any input values to X and Y variable, we can find the value of Z. But when these values are not required, we'll simply denote a function by f, a function of f of X comma Y. Now the formal definition is in the form of sets. Suppose we have three sets A, B and C. Then a function f from set A cross B. This is a Cartesian product of two sets A and B to another set C is a rule that assigns each xy ordered pair in set A cross B, each xy a unique element Z by a rule, and that rule is given by z is a function of x comma y. So this is the formal definition of a function. Now there are a few terminologies. This set A cross B, which is made by the set of these ordered pairs, is called domain of the function. So in set theory notations, domain of f, suppose we denote by set D, is collection of all ordered pair xy where x belongs to this set A and y belongs to set B. Second, we called range of f, and range of f is collection of all these unique elements z in set C. So in set 3 notation, range of f is the collection of all z elements in set C such that z is a number which has been assigned to order pair xy in the domain. Now there is one more third term. This collection of all these z elements need not necessarily be forming the entire set C. There may be a few elements in set C which are not assigned to any order pair xy. Of course, each xy should be assigned a pair here. Okay, so there is a distinction between range of set F and the set C. So that's why we call set C as codomain of function. So codomain of function f in this diagram is set C. So the domain of a function of two variable will be always two dimensional, and the range will be one dimensional. For example, suppose we have f a function from set of real numbers cross set of real numbers to set of real numbers, and the rule is say f of xy equals to x square plus y square. So what will be the domain here? Domain will be collection of all xy points, right? And here xy point belongs to the entire R cross R sets. Okay, so domain will be the entire plane, xy plane, that is R cross R, and at times we denote it by R square. So entire xy plane, all the points in this xy plane will be part of domain, right? And range will be one dimensional range. Now how to find range? Now please, we can see here whatever be the value of x and y variable, x squared will be always a non-negative number, y squared will be always a non-negative number, and this range is one dimensional. Okay, so range will be in this case interval 0 to infinity. That includes the number 0 also. And what about the codomain? Codomain in this case is different. Codomain is simply this set C, and in this case this set is R. So it means codomain will be the entire set of real number denoted by open interval minus infinity to infinity. Now there is a better way to explain the concept of function of two variable with the help of a diagram. So suppose this shows this is a machine, and this machine, its name is say F. We feed this machine by giving input value an order pair xy. This order pair entered into the machine system, and we get a output in the form of z, right? So here xy variable representing input to this machine, and z variable representing output to this machine. So we can see here that input variables, they are taking independent values. Output variable z, it depends upon the value of input variables. Now what will be the value of z? It depends upon the type of machine f we are having, right? So we will get z with the help of this machine, and this is the rule of the function that governs the behavior of the function. Okay, so suppose the name of this machine is say x square plus y square. So we will get the value of z using this relation. z equals to x square plus y square. Say suppose this one is log of x multiplied by y, so we will get a different z value. So hope after this discussion you were able to understand the meaning of function of two variables denoted by f of x comma y. Thank you.